Hey, this is Situation Response where I take your problems and help you resolve them. And oh boy, are they coming in fast and furious today. First up, we have a voicemail, so let's take a listen to that.
You thought you knew the whole story, but that was just the beginning. Let me tell you about a part that you missed the first time. The part involving family. How family makes us do some crazy things. What I need to know is, how far would you go for family?
Who? Me? Oh, you got the wrong guy, my guy. I would go like down the block, maybe to the grocery store. Like hypothetically, if they're in trouble with like the CIA or something, I would maybe call a lawyer. But if there was any paperwork involved, I am out of there. Well, that wasn't much of a situation, but our next one is an email that comes to us from a supervillain. Okay. I don't know if I feel comfortable taking on this problem, but let's see where this goes. Also, a little conceited calling yourself a supervillain, don't you think? But besides that, they say, hey, I got this thing with a ball. Totally normal, nothing special, roughly the size of a medium van. Anyways, I need to make sure it gets somewhere. I have all this tech, but is there any skills you would recommend? Okay, this doesn't seem very evil. I guess I can help you out here. Have you ever played pool? Now, I'm assuming this is being transported via truck, but for it to get loose somehow, it's really good to know like the angles and geometry so we can kind of get it back on course. Also, if it gets stuck somewhere, it's good to know how to nudge it along from a distance. But yeah, it seems like this is probably for a good cause, so hopefully no one comes along and kind of like Rocket Leagues it off course. But at the end of the day, you know what? Just don't worry, do your best, and I think this situation will be resolved. Speaking of situations, our next one is another voicemail, so let's take a listen to that.
I need to protect him at all costs. Oh, sorry, I had something stuck in my throat. Let me start over. The name's Jacob, and my brother's off dealing with some stuff, and I need to look after my nephew for a while. Any advice for what I should do here? I'm a fun uncle.
Alright. Gadgets. Kids love gadgets. I would have a belt full of gadgets if I could. But otherwise, like maybe build a glider with this kid. Show them like how aerodynamics and combustion work. Or take him out on like a reinforced car that's like batch stuff crazy. And load that bad boy up with some rockets. Kids love exploding things. Unmanned, unoccupied, empty things where no one is getting hurt and there's no casualties. Because after all, you don't want to burden this child with the emotional devastation that comes with taking a life. But yeah, it seems like you're a real fun guy, so just hang out with the kid, have some fun. And I think this situation will be resolved on its own. Looks like we got time for one more problem, which is another voicemail, so let's take a listen to that. Okay, I'm just gonna stop it right there. Seems like you recorded that at like a racing event or some kind of like car show. It's very hard to like send a message when there's just cars revving and there's a crowd behind you. Imagine having a conversation in this situation where you're in a car that's revving and someone else is in a car that's revving and there's a crowd. Like, you're not going to be able to hear each other very well, which is the same thing that happens when you're making a phone call. I'm just gonna hear the motors. There's gonna be a lot of engine noises. Maybe get yourself to somewhere quieter before you record a message or have an important life or death conversation with anyone. So I guess in a way the situation is resolved. I don't know what the problem was, but I'm sure it was nothing. Anyways, that was Situation Responses. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed that, hit the like button, subscribe. Maybe send this to any friends you have who are furious about how fast the problems are coming up in life. And yeah, see ya next time. Bye now.